Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to NPO Legal Dish. Please give me a moment as I uh, get all of my platforms going. If you're new here and you don't know what's happening, particularly my friends on Clubhouse, this is NPL Legal Dish. This is where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. So if you're interested in anything like that, if you're a business owner or you'd like to be a business owner or you just want to learn the latest legal gossip about your favorite celebrities, hey Kels Butter, this is where you want to be, okay? We're going to get started at 8:05. Oh, excuse me. Please forgive me because I have the hiccups and I can't seem to get rid of them. So if I'm hiccuping throughout the show, please forgive me. I'm doing my best. But we have got tons of great stories tonight. I'm excited to talk about those with you. And we also have our NPL Nugget. This month we've been focusing on contracts. So we're going to go over our NPL Nugget as well. All right, so make sure that you share this out to your friends, your family, your loved ones, whoever you think could benefit from this information, these concepts that you need to be a boss in these streets. All right. Okay, French, I need you to be just a little bit quieter. My friends on Clubhouse, hey. I encourage you guys to join the conversation if you feel like you have something to say during any of the stories. Please don't be shy. Raise your hand. Oh, crap. Hey, everybody. I've been talking for the last 2 minutes and just realized that my mic was on mute and none of you could hear me. All right. So if I'll start again. If you're new here and you don't know what's happening, this is NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. So if you're in business, want to be in business, want to know about business, or you just want to know the latest legal gossip about your favorite celebrity, this is the place where you want to be, okay? Or if you know anybody who wants to know that information, this is where you want to be. We're getting started officially at 8:05, so get comfortable. Um, grab a drink, a snack, a writing paper and pen, or whatever you write with. Again, please excuse me. I have got the hiccups, and it literally started right before I turned on the live stream. But my friends on Clubhouse, please don't be shy. If you've got questions or you've got a comment about something I'm talking about, please raise your hand and I will answer it as soon as possible. All right, so, and my friend, I'm also broadcasting on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, so if any of you want to tune into the visual part or the visual version of this show, feel free to join me on Instagram, NPL Consulting Firm, Facebook, NPL Consult, and YouTube. You can find me. Just look up NPL Consulting LLC. Okay, but we're gonna have a good time tonight. I am excited about what we're talking about. We have my makeup girls. We have a question for. We have a story for you. If you're a Dua Lipa fan, there's a story for you. If you are a Nas fan, if I ruled the world, there's a story about him. My music makers, there's some good news for you out here. We also have some court decisions that are going to help you guys in the future. So, ooh, sorry guys. So stay tuned. Actually, it's 8:05 right now, so we can get started, okay? All right. So, welcome everybody. Well, happy Monday. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you don't know, um, who I am, I'm Natalie Pierre Lewis. I'm the host of the show, and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like getting your articles of incorporation, getting your EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure you have appropriate contracts for partners, brand protections strategies like trademarks, copyrights, and patents. I help you get a handle on all of these things. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to help you do that, I am a licensed attorney, have been one for 15 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that is why I'm here. All right. So if you're in the startup phase of your business and you need some legal guidance, I want you to link up with me. I want to help you. All right. How are you going to link up with me? There are a few ways, and they're all at one location. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. That is the link in my bio on Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay. There you can book yourself a free 15-minute consultation if you are a first-time client. You can also download my free biz launch cheat sheet that is going to help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can access many of my digital products like my ebooks and video trainings. This month we're focusing on contracts, so you can pick up my contracts ebook for $9.97 there. And Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can get the links to subscribe to my other social media outlets. And anything you want to know that has to do with NPL Legal Dish, all right? So go there, particularly if you're a first-time client, the free 15-minute consultation. I would love to hear from you, okay? Okay, so that is enough about the business side. Let's get to the reason why we're here for the show. All right, for those who might be new, here is how the show works. I pull stories from the news, stories from blog sites, stories that you guys suggest to me, and I bring them here and we break down the facts so we can pull out the legal lesson or the business lesson that they're trying to teach us, okay? So don't feel shy. Please ask your questions and give your comments as long as they're respectful. Please remember my mother watches and listens to this show, so keep down the potty mouth. Yeah, but participate. It's a lot more fun when this is a discussion rather than just me talking at you. And I want to also be able to answer your questions. So please, if you're on Clubhouse, don't be shy. Raise your hand, or if you want to comment on something, I want to hear y'all. Okay. All right. So, what else did I want to tell you guys? Yeah. So we're gonna go through our stories. We have about 10 of them to go through. We're gonna do our NPL nugget first. So let's get started. Okay. For those of you who might be wondering what an NPL nugget is. Oh, excuse me, sorry. An NPL nugget is a quick business or legal lesson that I teach in a couple of minutes that you need to know as a business owner, okay? So last week we started on contracts. We talked about the 3 essential parts of a contract: offer, acceptance, and consideration. All right? This week we are talking about who can enter into a contract legally, not just anyone, right? There are some qualifications that have to be met before you are legally allowed to sign a contract. One, you have to be the age of majority, which means you must be 18, okay? You must be of sound mind, meaning, if you have a mental illness that impairs your decision making, you may not be able to enter into a contract. You also need to be sober. You cannot sign a contract while you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. That can render the contract null and void. You also must not be forced to sign a contract, right? So if someone holds a gun to your head or threatens your family, or those rumors from the 90s where record execs were holding artists out the window to get them to sign contracts, right? That's forcing you to sign a contract. That is not valid. So those are a few of the qualifications that you need to be able to legally sign a contract. If you want the full list, make sure you go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and hit that ooh, excuse me, that top button, and you're going to grab the contracts ebook, and it'll give you everything and anything and everything you need to know so that your contracts are ironclad. Okay. All right. So now that we have covered our NPL nugget, we can get into our stories. All right. So tonight we are just gonna start. Hey, sub one. Tonight we're gonna start off with just kind of a listing. Over the last few weeks, every week, there's a new entity, new business that is filing a trademark for the metaverse. So I decided to consolidate these stories on a weekly basis so that you can see how many people are, running to stake their claim in the metaverse. This week alone, CVS has filed a trademark application for the metaverse for virtual healthcare services. Wingstop has filed a trademark to sell virtual chicken. I don't know who wants virtual chicken, but hey, do you? Um, Billie Eilish, the artist, has also. Oh, hold on a second. Kahuna has something to say. Yes, I'm going to invite you to speak, girl. So, Kahuna, come on stage and tell me what you think about these metaverse instances.
Okay, so for y'all to understand exactly why these corporations are doing this, you must understand where they are projected to go. And what was 12 years, now it is 5 years. We are being introduced to Web 3. They are already on Web 6.
Mm-hmm.
So Web 5, if you didn't know, is the soul or the man in the machine. It is the taste, the touch, the sight, the conception, the ability to move within the sub angle of the internet with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
This is access to like the elite who have already disimposed multiples of consciousness. At first, it was artificial consciousness. Then they spoke on and speculated with the sentient consciousness with animals. They put an animal inside of a machine back in 2016. So here we are in 2022.
Okay. Thank you, Kahuna, for that background. I'm not too well versed in the metaverse, so thank you for that explanation. But whether regardless of your understanding of the full breadth and the full capacity of the metaverse, these companies are staking their claim, right? And the metaverse, it's not bound by a country boundary, it's worldwide. So you have people that are rushing to get their brands, you know, rushing to get their brands uh recognized in the metaverse so they can stop people. Just like you have what's it, Hermes, they are suing a person who was selling, NFTs of Birkins. Hermes is like, look, we're already a name. You can't sell virtual Birkins online because that's our area. But yeah, so all of these companies, CVS, Wingstop, Billie Eilish, and Monster Energy Drink, they are all, getting into the metaverse. So if you think that, you're gonna want to get in there, I'm still trying to figure out what it is, how I get there. And you want to do business in the metaverse, you probably are going to want to file a trademark sooner rather than later. Okay. All right. And thank you again, Kahuna, for giving us a little bit of knowledge. All right. Now, moving on to our next story of the evening. If you are a makeup enthusiast, please give me a lipstick emoji if you're watching, and if you're listening on Clubhouse, just give me a hands up. I won't bring you on stage, but if you are a makeup enthusiast, let me know. Okay. I used to be really into makeup when I was in law school. I would sit in the mirror for hours and try different designs and things. My sister's actually a makeup artist, so makeup is really interesting to me. Um, Particularly, and in this case, what particularly piqued my interest was lipstick. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, or anybody in between, um, we all know what a tube of lipstick looks like, right? And it's really hard to get a it's really hard to get a 3D trademark, or a trademark on the shape of a lipstick. When you think about a lipstick, there's pretty much a standard shape for how that thing is in the tube. But what if you make the tube of lipstick really distinctive? And this is what Guerlain Cosmetics has done, okay? They have a lipstick that they sell called Rouge G. It is a $34 lipstick. I don't know why lipstick is $34, but do y'all? Um, and this case, it's very distinctive. It kind of looks like, a baby carriage. It's very sparkly. It's not your typical lipstick tube. And Guerlain, they're like, well, this shape of our lipstick tube, hey, 76 gram K, it's super unique. So we want to protect it with a design, with a trade dress design, right? So, and this is happening in Europe. So they went to the European version of the USPTO, and they're like, hey, we want to get a trademark on a design trademark on this lipstick case design. And initially, they said no. Guerlain went back and appealed the decision, and they finally got their protection for their baby carriage shaped lipstick too. So if you're out, the lesson that we can pull from this story is that you might be in a what do you call that, industry that seems saturated, but there is always a way to distinguish yourself, right? Whether it be the way it looks, tastes, sounds, whatever it is that you're selling. And Guerlain found a way to really make themselves distinctive in the cosmetics area, particularly lipsticks, with their 3D shaped lipstick tube. So for those of you who are out there, if you're thinking about getting into an industry that may have, a lot of popularity right now, think about, what can I do to make this product distinctive so that I can save it and people know that this is my mark? Because that's what Guerlain has done with this, baby carriage shaped lipstick holder. Okay, so good for them. Um, then we're gonna do one more story, and then we're gonna go for a quick break. Um, so someone tagged me in this story today. Okay, awesome, 76 Grim. Okay, somebody's tagged me in this story today. If you are a Nas fan, please give me a globe emoji if you're watching, and if you're a Nas fan and you're listening on Clubhouse, just give me a quick raise of the hand. I won't bring you on stage. Okay. Oh, there's a chat function on here. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh shit. Uh Sorry, y'all. I somehow ended up leaving the room for some. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, um, yeah. So if you're a Nas fan, just raise your hand real quick. Or if you're watching, give me a globe emoji. As long as you're not driving. 76 Grim K. We want you to stay safe and sound, right? Okay, but Nas, he is a very celebrated hip hop artist. which I named this episode "If I Ruled the World." Imagine that, I'd free all copyrights, right? Now, I've talked about this issue several times on this show. The issue of copyrights has not caught up with today's technology, such as social media and things like that. And it's causing a lot of problems, particularly for celebrities when they are posting pictures of themselves. So, Nas, he well, I didn't even know Nas has an Instagram. I feel like he's not into social media like that. Anyway, in 2020, Nas posted a picture that was taken of himself with Redman and Tupac Shakur outside a club called Amazon in 1993, right? This picture was taken by a very famous photographer named Al Pereira. All right. Nas posted the picture. Again, the picture was taken in 1993. Nas posted the picture on his social media in 2020, and Al Pereira, he had filed a copyright protection for that photo in 2017. So we got about 3 years before Nas posted it, and because Nas posted that picture without his permission, Al Pereira is now suing Nas for copyright infringement. All right, this is not a unique case. This has been happening to a lot of celebrities, photographers, because they're not getting as much money for their photos because everybody's got a camera nowadays. Um, they're finding other ways to generate revenue, and one of the ways to do that is to sue the celebrities that they take pictures of, and hope for a quick settlement. Usually celebrities don't want to deal with these infringement cases, so they'll settle for $10,000, $20,000. But these photographers, they file these copyright claims against these celebrities, and for some it's worked, for some it hasn't. Some celebrities have tried to fight back. Some of them just pay them off. But a lot of people have asked the question, well, if the picture is of the celebrity, how can you sue someone for posting a picture of themselves? The issue is that photo, that particular photo that the photographer took, it is considered a work of authorship. With his skill, he took this amazing photo, right? And he took the time to go to the copyright.gov office and file the copyright to say this, this image of these three celebrities is something that I took, and it's my property. So that is how these photographers are able to stake a claim over a picture of a celebrity, even if that celebrity posts it on their social media. And then when they're filing their lawsuits, they say that, look, when a celebrity posts on their social media, no matter what it is about promoting a product, which even if it is themselves. So the author, so the person who took that picture, he is suing Nas for copyright infringement. So I want to know from you guys, do you think that copyright law needs to evolve, especially with situations like this? Should a celebrity, or should anybody, be able to be sued by a photographer if the photographer took the picture of you and you post it? Now, in particular, if you post it for money, right? Now, for those of you who have ever hired a photographer, you've probably signed a contract, and usually the photographer maintains control over how that image is distributed. They'll tell you that they can use it for promotional materials. But when it's of a celebrity, do you think that copyright law should allow some leeway where if you are the subject of a photo, that you should not be in danger of being sued for copyright infringement if you post a photo of yourself? This has happened to J-Lo, it's happened to Nicki Minaj, it's happened to, pretty much any celebrity that you can think of. But think about that. Do you think that copyright law needs to change, right? Or are these lawsuits justified? Now, they're justified because these people have the copyrights, but I just don't know how fair it is to sue someone for a picture they posted of themselves, because if they weren't there, you wouldn't have the art to begin with. But that's just my opinion. Okay. All right. So before we move on to our next story, I want to remind you guys that you are You are in the NPL Legal Dish Zone, whether you are listening or watching. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business and you're looking for some legal guidance, hit up your girl. I do provide free 15-minute consultations for new clients. And make sure to download my free Biz Lunch cheat sheet. All of that is located at linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. Okay? All right. Moving on to our next story of the evening. Everybody must be outside because it's nice today. Because Instagram and Facebook, y'all quiet. All right. If do we have any Dua Lipa fans in the house? Dua Lipa. If you don't know her by name, you may know her song "Levitating." It came out like in 2020. You know, it goes like, "You want me? I want you to da da da." I don't know the words. I know the melody, but not the words. And she had a remix with the baby for that song "Levitating." If you know what that song is, just give me a thumbs up, give me a hand raised somewhere, so I know what we're doing, what we're dealing with. Okay. If you didn't know, Dua Lipa, she is a Brazilian pop star that has crossed over into the U.S. Um, right, with her song "Levitating." Here's the problem. I mean, "Levitating" was a huge song. They had it on commercials, all that stuff. And again, the remix with the baby. But here's the problem. There is a reggae band in Florida. They are called Article Sound. Article spelled Artikal. They came out with a song called "Live Your Life" in 2017, and they are claiming copyright infringement. They're suing Dua Lipa and her label Warner Brothers Music, saying that they used their song for "Levitating" and they want their shmoneys, right? Now, you may be asking, how do we know it's the same? I actually went on YouTube and I looked up the group name Article Sound, and I looked up their song "Live Your Life." There is a gentleman on there who is a music expert, and he will play for you side by side Dua Lipa's version of "Levitating" and then this group's song, "Live Your Life." And I'm gonna tell you guys, when I listened to it, they sounded pretty near identical. Okay, so in my opinion, I feel like Dua Lipa's label and maybe Dua Lipa herself are gonna have to come out with some money, because I don't know if y'all remember when what's his name, Robin Thicke, had his song "Blurred Lines." He was sued by Marvin Gaye's family and had to basically fork over 90% of the profits of that song. The same thing happened to Ariana Grande because she used a melody from The Sound of Music. The same thing happened to Cisco because he used a melody from Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca. Guys, you have to be careful when you are using other people's music because it can cost you a lot of money. Now, I'm sure Dua Lipa has other hits, but this has been her largest one to date. So, if she has to come off some bread for this song, it might be, a hefty chunk. All right. So just that's just to say, be careful about the music that you're using, particularly if you are a musician. Which brings me to our next story. I asked in my stories on Facebook and Instagram, I asked you guys if you knew about an app that is named Upbeat. Upbeat. Upbeat, all one word. Only one person who answered the poll knew what Upbeat was. But like I said, we just got through a case where someone is being accused of, essentially stealing someone's song and not giving them proper due. Well, one of the ways that you can get around that is with this app, Upbeat. Okay, Upbeat is a company that provides copyright-free music tracks for musicians. Oh, thank you, Timor. Yes, they provide copyright-free music for artists. So if you are a singer, a rapper, or you need background music for your YouTube channel, Upbeat will provide you a music that does not require you to get a copyright because it is open source music, all right? So for any of you who have friends who are artists who, may need beats, may need melodies, or if they're a creative and they need background music for their shows that they don't necessarily have to pay royalties for, check out this app Upbeat, UPPBEAT. That is that's going to be something that is very very helpful for creatives as we move forward in this, increasingly intellectual property conscious world. Okay, so again, if you're a creative and you are looking for music that is not going to get you flagged for a copyright claim, you want to check out this company Upbeat, UPPBEAT. All right, does anybody think that they're going to be recommending this app to anybody that they know? Let me know. If you are, give me a hand raise on Clubhouse, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Let me know, because I think this is a great, great, great idea. Okay. All right. Timor, thank you so much for the compliment. She said, I love your show and platform. Thank you. I do this for y'all because, I love teaching and I love being able to empower people with my information. Okay. All right. Moving on to our next story. If you have heard of the company MedMen, if you have heard of the company MedMen, not Mad Men, that TV show, but a company called MedMen, they are a cannabis company, please give me some type of plant emoji, some type of green plant emoji if you have heard of MedMen, all right? Or if you are listening on Clubhouse, just raise your hand real quick. Okay. Now, if you don't know what MedMen is, MedMen, they are a commercial cannabis company. They operate in multiple states, but they are based in Florida. And they're coming into some money right now. Okay. So MedMen, they are selling all of their Florida assets. Okay. So, their buildings, their cultivation centers, their processing centers, all of that. They're selling all of their Florida assets for, a nice little chunk of change. $83 million. Could anybody use $83 million right now? I know I could. But yes, MedMen is selling their Florida assets for $83 million. Not only are they getting this lump sum $83 million, but they have also secured a stream of revenue for themselves because aside from the physical assets of the company, MedMen is also licensing out their trademarks to the new owners of their facilities for 2 years for a quarterly revenue based fee. So even after, hey Kamario World, so even after MedMen gets this $83 million, right? Just because everybody who is anybody in the cannabis space knows MedMen's name, they can they can license out or essentially rent out that name to the other company and still get money even though they're not operating that facility. Okay, so this is the power of intellectual property, of trademarks. When you have become a titan in your industry, when your name is respected in your industry, right? When people recognize it and they know that there's a quality product behind it, you can make money off of that reputation. That's what trademarks do, right? That's why people like luxury goods, because they know that if it has that LV stamp, that Gucci stamp, that whatever, they know that it is a high quality piece of merchandise. And so MedMen, they're like, our name, it's a high quality name. It, rings bells in these cannabis streets. So they're able to generate revenue based money off of just the name of their company. So while I am not for corporatized cannabis, I do think that this is a very great example of how building up your business name can really help you cash in in the long run. Okay. So anybody who is interested in, the cannabis space in terms of, building a business, take note of, what companies are the big players, right? You don't want to get in their crosshairs because there's a lot of money that's being made in this industry, that's going to be made in these industries, and people are very serious about their names. Okay. All right. Um, Before we move on to our next story, I want to again remind you guys that you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. This month we are focusing on the fundamentals of contracts. Okay, contracts are the lifeblood of your business. They're going to keep you from getting stuck holding the bag. They're going to, protect you if someone tries to steal from you or sue you or, go against what you guys have agreed. So if you want to know the nuts and bolts, the meat, what you need to know about making ironclad contracts, go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and grab my contracts ebook today. It's only $9.97 and it'll save you a whole lot of trouble. Okay? All right. Moving on to our next story of the evening. All right. If you've heard of a little company called Microsoft, please give me a computer emoji. Or if you're listening on Clubhouse, just raise your hand. All right. Microsoft. Okay. We all know what Microsoft is. Microsoft, as even though like people complain about it, Microsoft, they are in all of our offices, Word, all of that. There's probably no corporate office in America that you can go to that doesn't have Microsoft Word, right? Um, and Microsoft is a very trusted name out in these PC streets. And because they have a trusted name, there are going to be people who try to capitalize off of that, um, based, to scam people. So Microsoft recently filed a lawsuit against a company called Solution Hat LLC that was doing business as a company called Think Global. Okay. Solution Hat LLC, at its core, is a scamming business. They were presenting themselves as a tech support service, and they were, sending, when you're online and you get the notices, your computer is at risk, protect it now, things like that. So they had these pop-ups that would come up, and if you pressed on it and you went with them, they would use, you um clicking on their link to, steal your information. And how they got you to click on their link is that they were using the Microsoft logo on their ads, making it seem like they were in league with Microsoft. And again, Microsoft is a very trusted mark. It's a trusted name. When you see that Microsoft logo, you're thinking, oh, okay, I know this is safe, right? So this scamming company, they put Microsoft's logo on their scamming ads to get people to trust them. So Microsoft found out, and now they are suing this company for trademark infringement because they don't want you out here tarnishing their name. Microsoft doesn't want to be associated with scammers. They're known as a company that that has pretty safe computer programs. Most offices in America use it, so they want to maintain the image that they are a safe program, that they are not out here, supporting scamming. So Microsoft is suing this Solution Hat LLC. Now we don't know if anything's actually going to happen. Usually these scammers, they're pretty crafty. They're, hidden behind a whole lot of things and it's hard to find them. But Microsoft at least got this one, okay? So when you are online and you see these security risk pop-ups come up, you need to be careful because not all of them are real. Actually, most of them are probably fake. All right? So just be careful out there. Um all right. Next story that we are talking about. All right? Um a lot of times, actually no, not a lot of times. Most of the time, for when it comes to the law, ignorance of the law is not a defense, right? What does that mean? So if you don't know that it's wrong to steal and you steal, you will still get arrested. Not knowing that it's against the law to steal does not shield you from being prosecuted for the crime of stealing. If you don't know it's illegal to, I don't know, kill, and you're out killing, you're going to get arrested. It doesn't matter if you don't know that killing is considered wrong. Ignorance of the law is not a defense, except when it comes to copyrights. Okay, there has been a recent ruling by the Supreme Court that if you filed your copyright and you made a mistake on your application, that does not prevent you from suing for copyright infringement, right? Now, what the way I can break this down is essentially the Supreme Court said, look, a lot of people, they're filing their own copyrights now. Everybody's not using a lawyer, so there are bound to be some mistakes. And what they're saying, that if your mistake is not super egregious, or even if it is, but you can show that it was a bona fide mistake, meaning it was a genuine mistake, that doesn't invalidate your copyright. Now, that doesn't mean be sloppy about your application, but having a genuine, um, I just didn't know mistake on your copyright application can be a defense to someone challenging your copyright, or if someone tries to, like, if someone tries to, use your copyrighted work and then say, well, your copyright application is wrong. The court is basically saying it doesn't matter if the application is wrong if it was a genuine mistake. So this is a big game changer for you guys out here, especially you guys who want to bootstrap. If you're thinking about copywriting your own material, they've made it a little bit easier for you, okay? All right. So I think that's actually really good. Again, copyright law, intellectual property law, it has not caught up with our technology, with social media and things like that. So our court system really has to kind of figure out how are they going to integrate these new technologies into our legal system, and how are we going to adapt to them, okay? Because they're not going away. All right. And the last story that I wanted to share with you, just to show you guys that there are lots of things that you can put your intellectual property stamp on. Apple recently got a design patent for a new iPhone display that they use in their stores. Okay, so a lot of distinctive stores. There's a store called Glossier. There are certain places. The way that their stores are designed, that is something that is particular to their business. And particularly, Apple, they've got this very sleek design. And in their Hong Kong stores, they have developed these new displays for their iPhones, and they have gotten a design patent for it, meaning that no other, technology store that sells phones can have this same type of setup in their store. This is what intellectual property does for you. It allows you exclusivity so that people, when they see something, they're like, ooh, that's that company's thing, right? So yeah, so Apple's display units. Usually Asia gets the new stuff first, so pretty soon I'm sure it's gonna transfer over to the U.S. stores. But Apple just recently got a design patent for their iPhone display units. All right, so that's just to let you know the intellectual property, it permeates every part of our lives. I don't think there's anything in this world that you cannot apply some sort of intellectual property to if you do it in the right way, okay? Now, if you want to know what the right way is, you want to link up with me, let's have a one-on-one session so we can figure out how to protect your intellectual property, your trademarks, your copyrights, your patents. Let's get your contracts and stuff together because I want to help you, all right? Now, we have come to the end of our stories tonight. I guess everybody's out enjoying the good weather because 76 Grimke, Sanja it seems like it's just, and T Moore seems like it's just us hanging out tonight. But it's cool, We're going to be back next week with more stories. I encourage you guys to follow up on the stories that I talked about. See what's going on. Where are they in the litigation in the litigation proceedings, right? Also make sure that you check out my my linktree / NPL consulting firm, where you can book your free 15-minute consultations and download the free biz launch cheat sheet and check out my digital products, everything that you want to know about NPL consulting, about me, about my business. It is there. Okay. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. We went through the stories fast today and we went through 9 of them. So, yeah, so thank you guys for being here, for spending your time with me. Because you don't, I appreciate you. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate your energy. So I want you guys to have a wonderful week, and we will be back here next Monday with more stories. Bye. All right. Share. Stop.